Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to some and peace out to the rest of you. Hit the share button because the message is more important than the messenger. So here's the deal. I know the title seems like it's all over the place, but what's going on is this, for the most part. I'll tie it together, inshallah, because it can be tied together. First, I'm going to start by telling you about this dream I had in 2000, either 3, 4, or 5. In this dream, my former high school was now a prison. Mind you, I was not in the high school. I was done with high school at that point. Hell, I was done with college. But my former high school was a prison. That high school was populated not necessarily by my former high school classmates. It was just brothers in general. And we had the uniforms, and some brothers were wearing street clothes. But if you were a black male there, you were an inmate. The guards were sisters, and the sisters made uniforms out to be these tight shirts and short, tight skirts. And those were their clothes. Those were their uniforms. Now, they were off limits to the inmates, of course, but they would always fraternize and joke around and dance and stuff like that because they wanted the attention. And so they, get brothers excited. And eventually, brothers started talking about abusing each other. And I said, well, that's going to be time for me to leave. So, either I'm going to have to die trying or I'm going to have to escape. Because I wasn't in there for anything I had done. I didn't have a sentence. I was just there. And I looked around to see how to get out. And when I was at the edge of the campus, I saw that they had not put up any security features. There were no bars on windows anyway. There were no walls. There were no gates, razor wire, no fences, nothing. It was just like the high school. Brothers were there because they were told to be, because they were told they couldn't leave. And that's it. So I started to move towards the street and I woke up. Of course, you and I both now understand what that dream was. This is 2003, 2004, 2005, my subconscious was trying to tell me what we now know and understand about the N19 community and who the guards are. Massa was not in the dream, and Massa ain't stopping us from leaving now. Now that you've got that, think back to the penitentiary movies. Too Sweet. Remember, I think it was in the third one, when Too Sweet was joking around with the veteran convict. And eventually the veteran convict said, I'm institutionalized, Too Sweet. Now that veteran convict knew that he was institutionalized. That veteran convict knew that he could no longer survive without the prison walls and the bars and the schedule. He knew this. He'd been behind bars so long he wouldn't be able to adjust to the free world. He knew it was out there. He had vague memories of it, but he couldn't live that life anymore. Well, it's the same thing with Isaiah, who interviewed Auston. The difference is that Isaiah, like me, was born into this prison plantation in which the sisters are the guards. They don't realize that they're more like trustees, but they're the guards. And they don't realize this. They don't understand that they're really supposed to be there themselves too. But what they do realize is that they're above us. and they kind of slipped up and realized that Massa ain't patrolling the perimeter no more. He doesn't really care if we leave. I don't know if he would care if enough of us did, but he don't really care that much. They're fine with either we stay on that prison plantation or we leave altogether, the property of the prison. But what they don't want is too many of us to become the guards. Now, Auston is not an institutionalizer. If he is, it's so little and so minimal. But Isaiah said that Auston lost him when Austin said he was 23 when he made the decision to bounce. Auston did not leave too early. He did not make that decision that he made too early. He made it too late. Auston Holloman had every right to take that decision when he was 15, mentally, and check out at the same age that most of us would check into the other gender, because frankly, it's that bad, as he has said. Isaiah thought that Auston should sit there and stay on the prison plantation for a little bit longer and become institutionalized and then say, oh, I get it now. No, shuck that fit. I'm telling you, I myself am telling you that that's not how it's supposed to go down. I myself am telling you that what we should be doing is telling these young cats that before they hit puberty, we should tell them what it is. And then when they hit puberty, as soon as biology mentally checks them in, they mentally check themselves out so that they can focus on getting a better life abroad and not staying put on the prison plantation if they ever want to have a legacy. So that at least they know that the options they have do not include both staying in the West and having a stable family life and legacy resultant thereof. That those aren't options together. So at least they understand that the Western hyena B word has made her mind up that those two are mutually exclusive. And that the Western hyena B word actually wants to export that misandrist feminism abroad so that we won't have a choice no matter where we go. But that's not been done yet. That's what we need to tell these young brothers so that they don't ever become institutionalized. One of the ways that I know that this is a problem is because I am. Now I'm deinstitutionalizing myself, but I was in my late 30s by the time I left. And yesterday I checked a behavior that I didn't need to check because I was thinking in the context of the West. And I checked a behavior I did not need to check. And I rightly made my better half upset. Not intentionally. But that's because of my training. My training's got me messed up, mashed up, and ucked up. That's what it's got me. If you stay too long and you become institutionalized like I was becoming, almost became, and partially did, or like Isaiah has become, you will be lucky if you know what Isaiah knows, and he does not know he's been institutionalized. Isaiah just probably knows, like a lot of old heads do know, that they're no longer any good for the traditional women that don't mean them any harm. They just don't know it's institutionalization. Isaiah probably does know that much, though. Mess around here and you may not be able to adjust. This is not fair to those ladies. Don't stay too long. Don't stay long at all. And let these young brothers know, the younger they are when they hear this, the better it is for them. Let these young brothers know that this is what awaits them. They could become damaged if they stay long enough to the point that they cannot adjust to the women that they would have otherwise deserved. I hope this message is a benefit. Thank you for listening. As always, black heart, black mind, black out, assalamu alaikum, and black, heterosexual, non-select, male power just because they don't like it in black patriarchy until extinction or judgment day. Thank you again for flying with me on Jet Black Airways, where jet black is also a verb. Keep jetting black with me till the wings and the wheels fall off. Gender justice forever.